Hey everyone, I'm Lauren Stone with Toy Wizards, that's toy-wizards.com, and today we're going to have another toy collecting roundtable discussion that always makes everybody so happy and doesn't piss anyone off at all. I'm going to try to present this topic in a very level-headed way that will upset as few people as possible. I know that it's really easy for people to get riled up, and that's fine. It's very easy for people to start attacking the channel or attacking me or attacking Scott. And you know, that actually kind of goes into the topic that we're discussing today. The anger at the toy collector during 2020. Now, it's 2021, and I'm hopeful that as our health climate continues to heal, that we'll see less aggression in the toy collecting community. A big symptom of it is that I feel that people have been home, they've been bored, they've had money to spend, and we needed something to focus on. So many of us really kind of went into our toy collecting full throttle. Be sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any one of our videos. Thank you. We try to make our video content different and interesting. So it's not just constant toy reviews. We have conversations about what's going on in the toy industry. One of our videos that definitely made a lot of people angry was one about collecting, reselling, and scalper shaming, where basically the gist of that video was Scott was saying, don't worry about what other people do. Similarly, I made a video responding to Retro Blasting's NECA video, which was also misunderstood. I was just making comment about my experience collecting NECA, and I feel that people may have been hoping for like a debate, and I was just sort of sharing talking points that came up in my head as I watched the video. Angry people are going to hear what they want to hear, and they're going to shut out the rest, so that's fine. In the toy collecting community, there have just been this checklist of things that have pissed people off continuously. And it's very, very odd. Both Scott and I are big believers of people should collect the way they want to collect, and it's no one else's business. For example, I have a box, an army of the Star Wars Power of the Force Palpatines. Whether he's Darth Sidious and he's all like, or whether it's Senator Palpatine and he's like looking all suave, I collect them. I have some open, I have some sealed, and I have a mass of them. Why? Am I a hoarder? No. Am I a reseller? No. Why do I have them? Because they're cheap, they're easy to collect, and nobody else wants them. I can have a lot of this one thing that nobody else wants because it's funny. It's a bonding experience too. Like all my friends, when I go to shows in a better health climate, all know that if there's a Power of the Force Palpatine or any sort of Palpatine toy, they rush right over and tell me about it. Am I hurting anybody or taking anything away from anyone else with this silly collection? No. But I'm not discounting what everybody's upset about. I understand that's not what you're talking about. That's not what you're talking about when you're upset. When we talk about, you know, being angry at resellers or being angry at scalpers or being angry at hoarders, you're upset because you feel that by them doing this thing that they're taking away from someone else. That because they have this thing, that somebody else misses the opportunity to own this product. Which is a valid point. So I made a list just so I wouldn't lose track of my talking points, because again, I really want to discuss this in a measured way. I don't want to lose sight of the conversation or go into a ramble tangent, which I know will accidentally trigger some people. At the end of the day, while I can look you in the eye and express my talking points, and I'm not afraid of negative backlash, I'm not someone who gets off on hurting people's feelings, nor am I an edgelord who's looking to start a fight, because the fight will find me anyway. Let's go, guys. Like, it's gonna find me anyway. So at least I have the opportunity to concisely express my points to the best of my ability. Even if it sounds like I've never spoken to another human being in my life. That was a fun piece of feedback. Bet people like you a lot. It's hypocritical how there is shaming for certain things and not shaming for other things. I'll see people who all day, every day will talk crap about people who keep their items sealed in box or sealed on card because they're not real toy collectors. As you can see behind me, there's things that are open and there's things that are sealed. Evil Lynn. Some of the accusations I've received when my stuff is shown behind me is, you're reseller scum. You don't open it because you're going to sell it one day. No, that's not true. It would never occur to me to shame anybody or attack them for what I see in their collection. Like if I'm scrolling in a toy group and I see somebody with a mass collection of something or a beautiful, beautiful home with this lush setup and these beautiful lighting and really unique cases, sure, I'd say something nice, but I wouldn't be like, must be nice to be rich or say anything negative. Like, I wouldn't open that can of worms. And it confuses me when people are so comfortable being so confrontational. Yet when the person that they've been confrontational to comes back to defend themselves, that upsets them too. And that's not unique to toy collecting. Something I've experienced just in the pop culture writing sphere as well. That's just how people are. When they consume a piece of media or they see something and they have a visceral, knee-jerk, quick reaction to it, they're allowed to be the sofa soldier, the keyboard warrior. The person that they are going after is not allowed the opportunity to defend themselves because then they're being defensive. Well, you're being offensive, so yes, they're going to be defensive. But we're not used to that, I think. And this comes from the fighting circle. As you guys know, I train in Krav Maga, Jiu-Jitsu. We learn that in self-defense, you're attacked because someone thinks you are prey. I don't know if people look at me or look at Scott and think we're prey as much as they think we're talking heads, public figures, therefore we're meat. You're hungry, you come after the meat. It's all good. I get it. We can take it. But again, I'm just seeing so much aggression in toy collecting that in all my years of collecting and being part of the toy community, I've never seen this before in my life. I really have not seen this level of aggression. I really think it stems from having nothing else to do and us being home and bored. So again, the biggest ones I'm seeing recently is the sealed in box or sealed on card shaming. I've seen people going after others if they choose not to open their stuff. I've seen people who do display all their things and they say, I've literally seen this, I'm quoting, if you don't collect like I do, then your collection is invalid. And again, it's nobody's business how you collect. It's nobody's business how you present your toys. However you do it to make yourself happy and you're not hurting anyone, that's what matters. And for some reason, it's suddenly a community discussion and a witch hunt on how you choose to present your things. It's very bizarre to me. It's very, very, very bizarre that anything I have back here has anything to do with you, other than we like toys and I hope some of it's cool looking, and if I look at your videos or your pictures, I glean the same enjoyment. We like to look at each other's toys, but after that, this isn't your problem. What other people do isn't anyone else's problem. But again, we're in this headspace right now that everything each other does is everybody's business, and I think all we're gonna do is upset people and give them anxiety. It's really a sad reality. Like Scott said in his video, and I'm going to reiterate here, is because we're on the internet, it's made our world seem very, very small. That's not the case. I think what happens is when somebody shows a picture with very many copies of a certain toy on the shelves at their Walmart, and I have none at mine, and that person going to that Walmart clears the shelves and buys them all, whatever their intention is, now I'm suddenly like, wait, I don't have that. I didn't get a chance to buy mine. Why are you clearing that shelf? Now I can't get mine. When their Walmart in whatever state they're in has nothing to do with the Walmart where I live in my city that's blasted by, collectors who got there first. Because our world looks so small, because the internet makes us all feel very close, it makes it feel like what that person over there with those pictures is doing directly affects me, and it doesn't. I want to pose a question to you guys. Because we all know that the number one bad word in the collecting world is scalper. Scalper scum, F scalpers, scalpers deserve to die. I'm expressing no opinion on it. I don't scalp toy. I can barely get out of the house to go buy a coffee. But what I am saying, how does everybody know that if there's nothing on the shelves, it's because of scalpers instead of it being a problem in manufacturing numbers and the numbers of toys ordered by the store? Like, here's a problem, for example. Hasbro makes, let's just say, 20,000 units of something, which is a very, 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 very low count. Hasbro makes 20,000 units of it. Each Target store will order one case. That's 6 figures. Obviously, no one is going to have the opportunity to buy it because there's 6 figures in there. Instead of buying a pallet or ordering a pallet like yesteryear, now stores are ordering 1 to a few cases of something, which again, a case is 6 toys. I'm asking you, literally and rhetorically, how do you all know it's scalpers? In my opinion, it's the stores didn't order enough, and now this is dirty dealings. This happened today with the Cobra Island Viper. Target will hold toys for people. So, for example, true story, Scott went to Target today, asked for the Cobra Island. 4 of them were being held by people who are like, you know, like the way you used to like, oh, hold this for me and I'll come right back. Like, hold this outfit for me for an hour. You remember, you've had people hold CDs and hold out clothes for you at stores and you're going to come right back. 4 of these items were held and somebody else bought 2 of them and walked out of the store. They're all gone. I will not ever deny that there's inside jobs and people working at toy stores, Walmarts, Targets can slip them out the back. They can sell the whole case on the secret. Any of this is very likely to happen. Yes, not denying. When the knee jerk is always fucking scalpers, how do you know it's always fucking scalpers? When you see something like a pre-order online that's still on pre-order, and then you go on eBay and you see that this item is still, that somebody is selling the pre-order for $100 when it was a $30 toy, yes, scalper. But sometimes, if it's an exclusive toy and you're limited to 1, is that a scalper or is that a reseller? They didn't have the ability to buy them all up. I'm just trying to illustrate that scalper, the word scalper, despite your feelings, is still a blame all scapegoat boogeyman. Because I sincerely want to be educated here on how everyone out there who uses this scalper with a capital S knows that this is what happens right away in every situation, and that it's not bad distribution or it's not low manufacturing numbers. So this is just me spurring a conversation because I sincerely want to know. I've seen people get mad at other people for how much they choose to spend on a toy. And it's not quite like real estate, where if the house next door to me sells for $100,000 below or above what I paid for it, then it affects the market completely. Toy collecting, it goes up and it goes down and it goes up and it goes down because it's supply and demand. That's the nature of it. But if somebody comes online and they're like, here's this new figure, and I paid a little more than I wanted to, but you know what? I got her, I got him, and I'm okay, I'm comfortable with this amount, and that's what I chose to do. I've seen people get angry at that person for the choice they made with their own money. It'll either be like, you're messing with the toy ecosystem, with the fair market value, or, you fed the scalpers, now you suck as much as them, or privilege is showing. You don't know if that action figure was the most expensive thing this person bought this year. So them choosing to spend more on something than you would isn't always your privilege is showing. That's what they choose to spend their money on. How many people do you know who put all their money into their car and buy nothing else that's nice? Broaden the picture, broaden the scope, and think about these things a little bit more. And whose right is it to judge or shame people for how they choose to indulge in their hobby. I find from my experience that the people who get the most angry are the ones who have been collecting for the least amount of time. That is not a statistic, that is an observation. And I wonder if that anger, that enthusiasm is a symptom of just wanting to be part of the club. When you're new into something and you're really trying to find your place in it, a lot of people get really, really angry really, really quickly compared to some of the people who've been around the hobby for a longer amount of time and have a little more of a go with the flow attitude about it. People who have had to go to toy shows to find their grail items, they couldn't pre-order online for a very long time. They had to go to the store and hunt. They had to get up early. There's this instant gratification that has really penetrated all aspects of our culture, toy collecting included, where people really feel they have the right to get all riled up and upset about things that other people do that's just not their business. If somebody buys one for themselves and one to give to a friend, that too doesn't affect you. If somebody buys one to open and one to store, that's their business. If somebody just wants the one or they want to build an army, at the end of the day, it's dollars. It's dollars spent, and the companies, the manufacturers are seeing those units sold and they're happy. That's really how I feel about it. But just to reiterate, I'm no scalper. I don't sell toys. I don't hoard toys. I very, very infrequently buy more than one thing unless it's for one of my funnies. Like, again, the Palpatine collection. I did buy 2 Goldars when he came out, the one with the wings. I bought 2 Lord Zeds. I wanted to have one in the box to keep and one to display out of the box. I would never think it's anybody's business how anyone else chooses to indulge in this hobby, but the amount of aggression at what doesn't affect most of us. We're not in the same towns. We're not taking away from each other locally. And I wonder if many people were in the same room with each other, would you really get in their face? Or is this all hiding behind the comfort of your screen where you can use your lexiconical prowess? You can use your big swollen lexicon to hate on other people. Would you get in their face? I'm curious. Would you get in their face and really do this to them and say some of the things that we've seen in the comments and be so snarky and be so passive aggressive? I'm curious. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm Lauren Stone with Toy Wizards. That's toy-wizards.com. Stick with our site daily for toy news, reviews, articles, listicles, snarticles, editorials, opinion pieces, and everything you guys want from the toy world. So be good, be safe, have fun, keep collecting, and I'll catch you for the next one. Bye!